happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago.
And while she's no longer with us, I know my grandmother's watching, along with the family that made me who I am.
Sat in that toy car, chatting. I can imagine laughing happy like most young boys are, cracking a smile. After a while he was back in the home, mother making sure that his hair was never lacking a comb. In a planet of his own, but in this planet never standing alone. His dad carried a phone that was the size of his arm, read a life in his palm, describe times that would thrive in a calm. Assemblies they were with Bible and Psalms. Just a child with a charm who didn't know about religion, despite the fact he's still called Christian. Still thought of wishing that his grandma never died. Weathered eyes mesmerized by clever lines in the books, and never mind all of the rhymes and the hooks. He was stuck in the first phase before the verse plays. Down the street block to the sweet shop on Thursdays. Caterpillar cakes on birthdays. You struggle every night, you tussle and you fight, the hustle and the bustle with every muscle in your mind. But when we're looking at this life, it is but suffering the price of being human.
With the family that made me who I am.
Maybe you struggle every night, you tussle and you fight, the hustle and the bustle with every muscle in your mind. But when we're looking at this life, it is but suffering the price of being human.
The history of our nation.
Break the story down like syllables or intervals. And yes, the toy car got stolen by criminals. My dad is fairly cynical, my mum is fairly spiritual, and like all of the others, she's still waiting for a miracle. I was barely lyrical, Hannah was rarely critical. We're taking it all literal, but times change. People born, people die, people like to try mind games. Pictures in my mind frame. Now I'm talking while I'm walking in the light rain, feeling life's pain on a permanent brink. Try to stay afloat while some are so determined you sink. Some are cheating for a year and some are turning a drink. I can't face it, so I trace it onto words in a print. Form a sentence, then a verse, and then a murmur and think of the first days, first phase, sweet shop Thursdays, Caterpillar cakes on birthdays. You struggle every night, you tussle and you fight, the hustle and the bustle with every muscle in your mind. But when we're looking at this life, it is but suffering the price of being human.
I am happy to join with you today.
You tussle and you fight, the hustle and the bustle with every muscle in your mind. But when we're looking at this life, it is but suffering the price of being human.
Along with the family that made me who
Maybe
I
you
am.
struggle every night, you tussle and you fight, the hustle and the bustle with every muscle in your mind. But when we're looking at this life, it is but suffering the price of being human.
The history of our nation.
Maybe you struggle every night, you tussle and you fight, the hustle and the bustle with every muscle in your mind. But when we're looking at this life, it is but suffering the price of being human. Of being human, ladies and gentlemen. Of being human. So I guess it's that old cliche of despite your struggles, despite your troubles, even though there may be loads of problems, you'll be fine. Trust me on this one. Sounds a bit shit. Yeah, we'll finish it there. Yeah, it's fine.